Today, I will talk about market equilibrium or increasing in the price of coconut milk in Malaysia. Market equilibrium is a situation where the quantity of a product demanded by consumers is equal to the quantity supplied by the producers. When this balance is achieved, the market price stays stable. But if there is a change in supply or demand, the price will affect it. This is exactly what is happening with coconut milk right now. As we all know, coconut milk is a basic ingredient in many Malaysian dishes. Recently, its price has increased significantly from around 10 ringgit to 11 ringgit per kilogram last year, to as high as 20 ringgit per kilogram by February 2025. This sudden increase has affected both consumers and food business. There are several reasons behind this price hike. First, there has been a drop of up to 15% in coconut yields, especially in Kelantan, due to hot weather and pest problems like red beetle infestations. Second, the demand for coconut milk has remained high, especially during festive seasons like Ramadan and Hari Raya. On top of that, Malaysia still depends on imported coconuts, mostly from Indonesia, where prices are also rising due to global demand. All these factors have caused a shift in the supply curve, meaning that less supply but still high demand. As a result, the market reached a new equilibrium with a higher price. This example shows how important it is to understand the force of supply and demand in real life. It affects not only business but also our daily expenses.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nona Sri Alimin Haizat, and I am going to present you the background of coconut milk in Malaysia. Coconut milk plays a significant role in the life of countless farmers across the country. In Malaysia, the coconut industry is a lifeline for many families, as it provides them with a source of income as means to support their loved ones. But farmers also face the realities of climate change and rising production costs, but they are used to it. Many are adapting by importing coconuts from neighboring countries like Indonesia to ensure a steady supply. This adaptability reflects the spirit of Malaysian people, which is resourceful and committed in overcoming any obstacles.
Next, why the price coconut milk become increased is mainly caused by a shortage in supply and rising production costs. One major reason is the unusually hot and dry weather, especially in Malaysia and Indonesia, which has affected coconut trees and reduced their production. Many young coconut fell early before they were ready to be harvested, leading to fewer matured coconuts available for processing into coconut milk. In addition, many coconut trees in Malaysia are old and less productive, and pest attacks have further damaged the crops. Since Malaysia imports about 30% of its coconut, especially from Indonesia, the rising cost of imported coconut has also affected the price. For example, the price of one imported coconut has doubled from 1 ringgit 10 cent to 2 ringgit 20 cent. At the same time, high demand for coconut milk during festive season like Ramadan and Hari Raya has also put extra pressure on the already limited supply. The combination of these factors has caused coconut milk price in Malaysia to rise sharply, with some areas reporting price as high as 20 ringgit per kilogram. Although the government is taking steps like increasing imports and setting price control, the market is still facing challenges due to climate and supply issues. So I will explain of this supply shift diagram. This graph shows what happens when the supply of a coconut product becomes less. On the vertical axis, up down is the price. On the horizontal axis, left right is the quantity. The red line D is the demand curve, and the blue line labeled S is the original supply curve. The new blue line labeled S1 is the new supply curve after the shift. What happened? At first, the market was in balance equilibrium at point P, price, and Q, quantity. Then the supply curve moved left from S0 to S1. This means less coconut is available in the market. The shift could be caused by bad weather, higher farming costs, or fewer farmers. Because of this lower supply, the new equilibrium point is higher on the graph point P1. The price increased from P0 to P1, the quantity decreased from Q0 to Q1. In simple terms, when there is less coconut in the market, the supply curve moves to the left. People still want to buy coconut, but now it is harder to find, so that the price goes up and the producer of coconut are decreased.
Today, I will explain why the price of coconut milk has increased recently from a microeconomic perspective, specifically related to the demand curve. Here, we can observe that the demand curve shifts to the right from D0 to D1. This happened because demand increased, possibly due to lifestyle changes, export growth, and so on. As a result, the equilibrium point changes. The price rise from P0 to P1 and the quantity increase from Q0 to Q1. The main reason for this price increase is the surge in demand in the market. One major factor is the wider use of coconut milk in the food and beverage industry. Many restaurants, food factories, and bakeries use coconut milk as a key ingredient in their product, such as curry, traditional dessert cake, and plant-based drink. This led to a sharp rise in demand from the industrial sector. Other than that, the increase in consumer income also plays a role. When purchasing power increases, people tend to choose higher quality and healthier products, even if they are more expensive. Coconut milk is seen as a natural, chemical-free alternative, making it a popular choice. This high demand puts pressure on the market, especially when the supply does not increase at the same rate. In conclusion, the combination of demand from the food industry and high-income consumer has caused a significant increase in the demand for coconut milk. When demand increases and supply cannot keep up, price will continue to rise.
Let's start with supply. Recently, the supply of coconut milk has decreased, which shifts the supply curve to the left. This means that the same price sellers can produce or offer as much as coconut milk as before. At the original price, there is now less supply. This causes a shortage, so sellers raise the price. As a result, a new equilibrium is reached with a higher price and lower quantity traded. So, why did supply fail? There are two main reasons. First, bad weather, like typhoons and heavy rain. In coconut-producing countries such as Philippines, Indonesia, and India, they measured the crops. Secondly, rising production costs from labor, transport, and packaging are also made it more expensive to produce more coconut milk. With all these challenges, there is simply less coconut milk available, which explains why prices has gone up. Now let's talk about demand. The demand for coconut milk has increased, shifting the demand curve to the right. This means more people want to buy coconut milk even at the same price. At the original price, there is now a shortage because demand is higher than supply. So again, sellers raise price and a new equilibrium is formed, this time with a higher price and a higher quantity traded. Why did demand increases? Mainly due to the rising popularity of plant-based diet. Many consumers are switching the coconut milk as a daily alternative. Secondly, it's because of festive season also play a part. More people cook traditional dishes using coconut milk during holidays. So overall, as more people want to buy coconut milk, demand pushes prices up.
From 5.0, I'm going to be explaining about real-life examples. Recently, I've been collecting few news about the issues of coconut milk price increase significantly. First, rising prices affect daily life. The cost of coconut milk has increased significantly, affecting both consumers and food vendors who rely on it for traditional dishes such nasi lemak, rendang, and curry. Second, supply shortage and import dependency. The price of coconut milk in Malaysia has risen due to a shortage of local coconuts. Many coconuts are old and less productive, and replanting efforts are insufficient. As a result, producers rely more on imports, which increases costs due to exchange rates and transport fees. Third, external and seasonal pressure. Unpredictable weather such floods and droughts, festive season demand, and rising costs of fuel, labor, and logistics have further pushed prices up. These factors expose the fragility of Malaysia's food supply chain and affect both vendors and consumers. Fourth, need for long-term solutions. To stabilize prices, Malaysia must reduce import dependency by boosting local coconut production. This includes supporting farmers, adopting modern farming methods, and investing in sustainable agriculture to ensure long-term food security and prices stability.
So today I would like to present about government response and suggestion. The sharp increase in coconut milk price in Malaysia has triggered significant concern, not only among consumers struggling with the rising cost of living, but also for food business facing higher operational costs. This issue prompted the involvement of government authorities seeking to stabilize the market and protect public welfare. To address this, the government has introduced several key measures. First, the Price Control and the Profit Sharing Act, which is the price ceiling, is imposed during festive season through the Festive Season Price Control Scheme. This helps prevent sharp price increase caused by seasoning. Second, local farmers are receiving support from agencies like the Ministry of Agriculture and the Malaysian Coconut Industry Board. This includes training, fertilizer subsidies and machinery grants to help boost domestic production and reduce reliance on imports. Third, through campaign like Buy Malaysian First, consumer and business are encouraged to choose locally produced coconut, supporting the local economy and reducing exposure to global supply chains. Next, here are some suggestions to strengthen this effort. First, we can start with the invest in research, which is the government can fund research to develop better coconut milk options like powder coconut milk or improved packaging. These are cheaper to transport and last longer. Next, the second step is we can import agreements, which is Malaysia can make long-term trade agreements with countries like Indonesia and Philippines to ensure a steady supply when local production falls short. The third suggestion is we can create a national stockpile, just like we stockpile rice. We could keep a reserve for coconut milk or raw coconuts for emergency or shortage. The last one is raise consumer awareness, which is education campaign can encourage people to try alternative like powdered, especially when the price hike. In the long run, all of these steps, both current actions and new ideas, can help to keep price stable, reduce our reliance on imports, and support local farmers. And lastly, make sure we have enough supply even during those times.
In conclusion, the recent increase in the price of coconut is mainly due to decrease in supply caused by poor weather, crop issue, and rising production costs. At the same time, demand has grown due to its popularity as a dairy alternative. This supply and demand change has shifted the market equilibrium, leading to higher prices. Other contributing factors include global supply chain disruption and higher transportation and labor costs. This situation shows how real-world factors influence price and market balance.